Hello, in this week's video we're going to be looking at using the turtle to actually draw graphics. It's possible to draw anything using the turtle library in Python. Now, instead of using Repel, I'm actually going to use Portable Python, which can be downloaded for free. And when I have downloaded my executable file, Portable Python, I'm actually going to go into the PyScripter, and you can see that's a little snake with a pencil. So if I just open that up, when it loads, you'll see it's trying to set up a function straight away with my name and key information that I am actually just going to delete straight away. There we go. I'll just shrink that down so you can see it a little bit better. So this in the top area is actually where I'm going to have a go at coding. I've just opened myself up a new one, and you can see it's actually started to put things like who created it, when, and what I'm actually going to do is just delete all of that rather than save it. Let me just select it and clear my screen. Down at the bottom, this is where I've got my interpreter window, and when I start to run my code using the play button at the top, then you'll see the code running at the bottom, and any outputs or messages or any errors will appear down there. Now, I'm just actually going to enlarge my screen just so we can see that a little bit more. Just see if it'll let me drag it across a little bit for you. There we go. So, the first thing we need to do is import our turtle library. So, using the word import, it's going to open the correct library. Now, very similar, we've already learnt about using for loops. So, I'm just setting up a loop so that it's going to start at 0 and it's going to repeat it 5 times my shape. And inside my shape, I would like my turtle to move forward 100 spaces. It's very similar to Scratch commands. Forward 100 in brackets. We're used to seeing that. Now I'm going to tell my turtle to move right. And I would like my turtle to move 72 degrees. Turn 72 degrees. And I would really like my turtle to exit on my final click, so it'll close down the new window that it's going to open. So if I go and run it, there will be a slight delay while it's opening up my little turtle there. Did we see him go? See if I can run that one more time just to show you. And we should have seen our little movement, and that's my shape that I have repeated. And you can see 5 different lines it's drawn, 100 spaces across, and then those angles are 72 degrees each. And because those 2 commands are inside my loop, I could not use the loop, and instead I could repeat those instructions 5 times. And if I was to repeat those instructions 5 times, I'd still be able to make that exact same shape. But that for loop just makes it a lot more efficient. I don't need to keep repeating myself. Instead, I can hide code that I want to repeat within my loop. So you can see it still draws that exact same shape, but it took a lot longer to code. It would be much easier just having 3 lines of code instead. It's possible to do nested loops. So if I show you, this time I'm going to repeat it 10 times. And I would like my turtle this time to move right 36 degrees, so a smaller angle. And I'm going to put a loop inside a loop. So while that's going, while my turtle is turning right 36 degrees 10 times, I'm also going to set off a second loop. I put a curl on at the end, just like in an if statement. Curl on always goes at the end, where I've got my word for. And this time I'm hiding extra information inside my loop. If the green play symbol is not showing, just make sure that you stop any old code and it'll interrupt your keyboard. Just press OK. Go back to the module that we're on. If I run it, I've not spelled forward correctly. It's really important to check. And you can see that I've repeated that exact same shape, that first shape that we just drew, but this time we repeated it 10 times, turning it each time to create a special pentagon. 10 times, rotating it 36 degrees around a central point. But you should still be able to identify that very first shape that we created. And just to show you that code, so you can see that I have got 2 for loops, a loop inside a loop to give me that shape. And I'll just leave the code for you to see one last time. So, really important, it starts off with the import turtle. Another interesting little trick is to actually use shorthand code and name our turtle screen. So for short, the turtle screen that pops up, I'm going to call it Skrr screen. And now I can set my screen to even be a different colour. And you'll notice that colour is American spelling, there's no U in it. And I'm setting my screen, my Skrr, the background colour of that turtle screen is going to be yellow. So if I run it now, I should have my shape on a lovely bright yellow background. Apologies, I've just realised my mistake. Because I've already set it, my variable there to be screen, now it's just Skrr dot background colour. So there's no equals. That equals is for setting the variable up. On this next line it is a full stop. So I'll try it again and it should be a lovely yellow. There we go. It's possible if you wanted to change the word yellow to be a different colour. I've just interrupted the code there. So you can literally just type in a different colour and it'll bring up a different colour background. Every time I interrupt the code, it will come up and just take me back to that initial module. Other things that you might find quite interesting, very similar in Scratch, you have got the pen up. If you want to remove your pen, and you've got the pen down, this would let you do a dotted line. If I said go forwards, pen up, and then go forwards again, pen down, and if I was to keep repeating that, or maybe put that inside a loop to keep repeating that for me, I'll just quickly show you. That will give us a dotted line. You can see we've got gaps in between using the pen up and the pen down. You can actually tell your turtle to look like a turtle. If you want to actually see a turtle rather than the arrow cursor, and it actually will look like a little turtle as it's moving. It follows its nose, it moves in the direction of its little head, the way it's pointing. You've also got commands like turtle.pen size if you wanted to make the line thicker rather than it being pen size 1. We'll try pen size 3. And again, let's go for pen size 6 just for you to see the difference. I think I needed to go 100 spaces, but you can see it's starting to get thicker. I'll just take that to 100 just so you can see it a lot clearer. So you can see the 3 different sizes, size 1, size 3, size 6. Using this line that I've highlighted, I've actually made my line colour now white with a yellow arrowhead. So if I run it, turtle.colour will actually change. See the line colour, and my arrowhead is actually yellow at the end. So now you've seen some of the common turtle commands, I'd actually like you to have a go at drawing different shapes. See if you can use a for loop and have a go at drawing a square. See if you can draw a triangle. And if you're feeling really brave, how about a circle? So a square, a triangle, a circle. See if you can get the colours to change. Could you write your name, your initials? I'll just pause the video now for you to actually have a go at coding them yourselves. If you want to press pause, and then when you're ready, come back and I'll quickly put the answers on the screen. So for the square, obviously we start with our input turtle. This time in our for loop, we want 4 sides for our square. And if we make it 100 steps, 100 paces, and then obviously in a square we've got 90-degree angles. For our triangle, it's exactly the same. Obviously make sure we've got that input turtle. This time we only want 3 sides. And I'll keep the same length of 100, but this time try 120 angle, and that will give us our triangle. For our circle, this time we want our range to go up to 360, and we're only going to tell it to go forward 1 with an angle of 1 to give us our circle. Very slow little circle. You can actually speed it up. There are a lot more turtle commands that I'm sure that you can research. You can fill shapes in and colour them. There's all sorts that you can do. I hope you've had fun and try and get creative. See what shapes you can create. I'd love to see your shapes and the code that goes with it. Good luck.